Can you boys imagine watching porn on this thing?
Hey everybody, welcome to Why Did I Ask For chapter 24. I forgot what chapter we were on there. Good job.
Oh yeah.
We're back to the Old Man Cast. As always, my name is Dan. I'm your host. With me is Pat.
Or as I know myself, P Master Crash.
God damn it. And Tip.
Yep.
It's like, yes, you're correct. I am also here.
You're like the kid in class that wasn't paying attention during attendance. Huh? Yeah.
That was my entire life in school, all the way through college.
Just kind of waiting for them to call your name and then zoning out completely.
They take attendance in college?
Well, it depended on the class. I mean, there were some professors that viewed it as me giving them money to sit and listen to them, so it like really boosted their egos. But really, I was under the impression C's get degrees, so I didn't give a shit, you know?
Wow.
There were some professors that really didn't care, so it was kind of hard to give a damn in their class also. And you realize as long as they physically marked you as there that day, then the rest of the class was crap. It really wasn't anything.
Any class that had an attendance grade, I knew I was going to pass because I could show up every day.
You want me in the seat? I'm there. You want me to pay attention? I am not your man.
Yep, exactly.
I literally had a class in, ironically, cyber ethics where we met every Tuesday and Thursday. And then he told us, okay, we're only going to meet on Thursdays because we only need Thursdays to do it. And it was like the simplest stuff like, okay, read this paragraph. We're going to have a test on just this paragraph. And like 2 classes in, he's like, okay, well, we're not going to really do anything else for the rest of the semester. I'm just going to use the grades you got and multiply it throughout the rest of the year and you're done. You don't have to come back anymore. And I was like, okay. I don't know how ethical that was.
That's where the Jackass Express was born.
That's basically our business model, yeah.
So I'm going to paste a link to a grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, you're mentioning this before we started.
Yes, and I don't want anyone to go to this Kickstarter because this guy's stealing my idea for a restaurant. But I want you guys to look at the picture of this sandwich. It looks really good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it looks like there's some chicken in. It's like a chicken parmesan grilled cheese sandwich.
Ooh.
Damn. That looks really good.
Yeah. So, I mean,
grilled cheese. I like it.
Yeah. No, you shouldn't have used the name.
Oh, I mean, Papa John's.
He's only got 15 days to go and he's raised $0.
It's probably like me and refuses to get on Facebook to share these ideas. But that sandwich looks amazing.
It does, but is that something he made and took a picture of, or did he just Google gourmet grilled cheese? I bet you can find that exact same picture somewhere on Google that doesn't link back to this Kickstarter page.
Challenge accepted.
So guys, I don't know about you, but January of 2016 fucking sucked. Right? As we talked about before, we had, a bunch of major celebrity deaths, mainly musicians. And then I found out that I was no longer gaining any income.
That's
and
right.
All in all, job search was shit and just fucking terrible.
If you guys ever get the chance to Google gourmet grilled cheese and look at Google Images,
don't
do it. No, do it.
Okay. So, and then on January 30th, I got up and my wife was sitting on the couch and she was crying and I was like, hey, what's going on? And a childhood friend of hers was on the front page of the local newspaper, like, this girl's missing. Oh shit. She's a very sweet girl, very innocent, doesn't party, and she's on like a bunch of medication, so it was a big deal that she was missing, because if she doesn't get her medication, it could really like mess with her. Anyway, the good part of that is she was found the next day, safe and sound, so she's all good.
That's good.
So that was January 31st, and that was about when things started to turn around, because the very next day I got a phone call and I finally got a job.
Nice. Congratulations.
Congratulations. For half a second there, I thought you were going to say, I got a phone call. It was CPS.
They're taking the kid.
No. Yeah. Well,
We found him eating cat food again.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh.
But I just want to say, January 2016 had me thinking that 2016 was going to be the worst fucking year ever in the history of history. It seems to be turning around.
So I'm gonna refute that. Maybe for you, January or 2016 started off really shitty.
Huh?
My 2015 was probably the shittiest year of my life.
Okay.
And January 2016, yeah, it sucked. But comparing it to last year and the events of last year, this year's a breeze already, and I feel kind of scared saying that.
What made 2015 so unbearable?
So, it's actually a couple of things, and one of them hit me harder than I thought it would. Like early on in the year, my grandpa passed away.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I remember that.
Right.
Yeah, so that's not the one that hit me harder than I thought it would. I mean, it hit me hard, and I knew it would. He was my grandpa. He died.
Yeah.
Right.
And that sucked. Then, there's a lot of family dynamics that you wouldn't expect to happen, but when someone dies, they happen, and you learn things about people that kind of don't ever go away, and you never look at those people the same way again.
Right.
And like the one that kind of got me and threw me for a loop is at one point I had started dating a friend of mine, and I had been in love with this girl for like a year and a half, 2.5 years, however long I knew her. And then just like that, it ended. So like, it was like, okay, grandpa dies, have everything I want, gets taken away right away. Can't ever trust that family member again. Start new job that I thought was going to be awesome, and it's not. And I'm just looking at 2015 as like, I wanted to do my taxes just so I could file that year away forever. I didn't even care if I had to pay taxes.
Fair enough.
So, yeah.
So compared to last year, you're doing pretty good so far.
Yeah, so far I'm doing pretty good. And I need to find some wood or something to knock on, and, I don't want there to be like well, Tip's doing good, let's take care of this.
Well, and it's ironic because 2015 was probably like one of my best years. I started out with, of course, having my son, which was awesome.
No.
Right. And then I thought, okay, well, here we go. This is what it's going to be like. And we're going through it. And I had no idea it would be the same year I'd be able to get my first house. So it was like, that was huge.
That's true. That's a huge deal. Yeah.
And I was excited about that. And then I was like, okay, well then, and then April got a new job. So it was like, holy crap. Okay, she got a new job. So now she's making more money than me, which is awesome. And also sad at the same time.
It's awesome, but it's also like, fuck.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I got to try harder. But yeah, it was a really good year. And I knew a bunch of stuff had been happening with Tip, but I was like, I didn't know about the family member thing. I knew about his grandfather passing away, but it's weird how you got that different perspectives.
It happens, right? Like family likes to squabble about what they feel they're entitled to after someone passes on, unfortunately.
And it wasn't so much that. It was just like seeing certain members of the family circle around my grandma to try and protect her, while this other family member was like, "Oh, I've got to do what's good for me and fuck everybody else." And it's kind of like,
now I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So
I hate this now. You got like this personal connection between you and Tip.
Well, no, it's
no. It's not. I'm not saying it as a bad thing, but it's like you guys know each other personally. You've known each other for years. So now you guys are like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about there, and I'm like, I'm left out in the cold, like, oh.
Well, you're in Canada,
me, guys.
Don't worry.
Well, you are in Canada.
Well,
No, but Dan, I mean, I'll be honest with you. For someone that I've only met for a couple of years or known for a couple of years, I felt like I've known you for a really long time. So it works out already.
It's true. I mean, I feel the same way about you guys too. It's like, it's kind of weird how the internet has brought people together, because it's like, I've never met either of you in person, but like I feel like when it gets to that point and we do, it's not going to be any different
Yep.
than it is
Yeah,
over the internet. So it's like, it's comforting for sure. It's just, it's one of those things. It'd be like if I had a close friend here and be like, we have inside jokes that you guys wouldn't understand.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's like, you feel left out. Oh.
You tried that new that new maple colored flavored syrup, the new brand over there. Me and Tip wouldn't know what you guys are talking about.
You know what? I feel like I've let Canadians down.
No,
Because-
Dan, I'm just playing with you.
No. Hear me out. It's not a bad thing. It's funny. I only ever eat maple syrup. So I guess, I don't know. I just call it syrup, right?
Yeah.
And I was talking to someone, and I don't remember who it was, about it. When I was in high school, we went on a school trip to Chicago with the concert band because I was the bass player. I was cool.
Nice.
Awesome.
And it's funny enough, we went all the way to Chicago to compete against one other team that was also from Northern Ontario in Canada. So like both of us essentially traveled to Chicago when we could have saved a whole lot of money and just met somewhere in the middle.
Okay,
in
now
Canada.
I got
But
a
anyway.
question. Were you
Okay, go
only
ahead.
competing with this other team from Canada because you knew you couldn't compete with American teams, or did
Oh my
American
God.
teams were they like, Canada, they can't compete with it?
No.
Like,
No, I don't. Honestly, I don't know what happened. We
Okay.
thought we were going to some big event where it was going to be like multiple people, like whether there was other Canadians or not. We didn't know that they were going to be there, but we thought we were going to be competing against American bands, and it was just the one other band from Northern Ontario, which is really
that's
really stupid.
Yeah, well, welcome to America.
Anyway, I was telling her about this trip, or whoever it was, him or her, and I was like, yeah, and we never even got to stop at IHOP because, I don't know, my teacher was an asshole. We all wanted to stop at IHOP, and he's like, no, let's go to McDonald's. And then we started talking about pancakes and shit, and anyway, apparently IHOP has like different flavored syrups.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I had no idea they even existed. So I feel like as a Canadian, I've let Canada down because I only know of maple syrup. I know there's a long way to get to that point, but
Nah,
It's-
you're
I
totally
thought
normal.
I thought you were gonna come out with like some like special Canadian syrup that no one knows, and
no.
you let Canada down because you like maple syrup, and that's from Vermont. And I thought this story was going a whole nother direction.
Maple syrup is from maple trees, whether they're grown in Vermont or not.
Well, you know what though? It's, well, regardless of the tree thing, here's what I'm hearing is that it's like you're saying you're from there, but you don't feel like you fit the stereotypes and all that. And that's kind of like
Because-
how I think me and Tip grew up, because we grew up real close to the Mexico border and in a very, very heavily Mexicanized
Not-
city.
When Patrick says we grew up close to the Mexican border, it was across the street.
Yeah, I mean, we could walk outside our house and there's water.
Really?
Yeah.
That close?
Yeah, if you make a left turn instead of a right in some places, you're on the bridge to go over the border.
When
There's
our parents were kids, they would go over there all the time because they could drink underage and it wasn't ever a problem.
yeah.
Right. Your parents did it.
Oh, but no, you can't now because like with all the beheadings and so forth, now it's like you have to have a passport, and then there's this whole thing with El Chapo going on. So it's like you can't go
They
go hang
caught
out
him.
there. Like, yeah, they did, but I mean, there's still going to be issues over there. Like,
Pat,
Well,
Yo.
yeah.
when we were kids, the cartels weren't that bad, and I went to Mexico a couple times.
yeah, I kind of figured you
How
would
did I
change
know?
probably.
How did I know?
But the point is that I never really felt connected to that heritage, even though I'm deeply rooted in it. I love the food. That's not a for
Yeah.
dispute there. It's amazing food. But I've never like really became a Spanish speaker. I never gave into a lot of the Mexican cultures. But I love the city. I love the people here. But I was always like, I want to go see what's going on somewhere else. And then our other friend from Jackass Express, Brandon, he's his fiance actually is from Germany. And she
Duh.
can't stand Germany. She's like, she wants to get out of there. She wants to go do something else. And so it's like, that's weird how you grow up in this culture and eventually you just kind of, I guess you get tired of it or it gets boring.
Not like my perspective on the whole thing was I'd always watch these shows about like, well, on the news, they talk about minorities and this and that. And I was like, well, what are you talking about? There's a lot of Hispanic people. You know, El Paso's a very diverse city. You know, military's there. And like, I'd watch all these things and I'd be like, well, schools are kind of like 50-50. Like everyone's kind of made up the same. I don't understand minorities.
Right.
And
out of context today with Tip. I don't understand minorities.
I'm going to take that as the soundbite for the intro.
Go on. Tip.
Oh yeah. But like growing up, I didn't see it like, oh, Pat was different than me, or well, everyone thought Chase was different, but that's a different type of different.
No, he's not different. He's special, Tip. That's very different.
Like short bus special?
Kind of. My mom would say,
get us in trouble with Chase. You realize this?
My mom would say, "Oh, bless your heart," a lot, and at first I thought she really liked him, and then I figured out, oh, that's not what she means.
I've heard that bless your heart, it basically absolves you of any negativity you may say towards somebody.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she is such a cunt, bless her heart. It's like, it's all good because you said bless her heart.
And, you know, to be fair, my mom basically would call me stupid, but say, oh, bless your heart, you thought that would work. And I was like, it took me a while. Like, at first I thought my mom was being motivational. No, she was calling me a fucking idiot. She's like, why did you think that would work? There's something wrong with you. Go play with this ball.
A lot of people do that. They always have that one little get out of jail free phrase, like, you know, when someone's going to say something super offensive, because I always go, well, I don't want to be offensive or anything, but, and then they're about to say the most offensive thing possible.
Yeah. I'm not racist, but
then
always followed by a racist statement.
I don't know where we got to that point in our culture where it was just like, and I think it's kind of like an older part. It hasn't happened as much, but
I think it's more like you have to explain that you don't share the feelings behind whatever you're about to say, because everybody's so fucking sensitive about everything.
Yes,
yeah.
And had I thought that through before I said I don't understand minorities.
I don't understand minorities, but
yeah.
Well, I mean, you know what though? The I don't understand minorities isn't near as bad as. Do you think we should give participation trophies to the homeless?
Well, they tried.
Yeah.
They just look. We're working on it.
He's still holding on to that. Well, they tried.
Yeah.
Well, think about it. See, this is why I'm against participation trophies, because if you give them one, then they're not going to strive for, the completion of.
Are you also against? Entitlements. Welfare.
Depends. I mean, well, no, I am.
Because
I'm against all entitlements. I am for helping people who run into really crappy luck and they need a lot of help. You know what I mean? I want to help people who actually need help. I don't want to help people that are like, oh, I feel sorry for myself, so help me. You know what I mean?
So I think by that answer, Patrick just won the Iowa caucus a day late and $1 short.
I love that thing that's going around says the Iowa caucus was held at the same time that Trump supporters were all on Facebook trying to ask why there's no such thing as White History Month.
You saw that too. I think Ian posted that on the main chat thing.
Yeah, it might have been, but I've seen it a couple other places. I've seen it on Twitter and on Facebook as well.
Well, for the record, I'm against participation trophies for homeless people. I'm for sandwiches for homeless people.
There you go.
I'm for sandwiches.
Oh,
there you go. Even easier. Just pro sandwich.
Check this grilled cheese out.
Except Jared era Subway.
He's still on the grilled cheese sandwiches. I love it.
Oh, I've been looking at him since we started. But you guys got to check this guy out.
Of course we do. Well, while we're looking at this, I think it's time for Ethan's asshole moment of the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Time.
So I didn't want this to have to turn into a thing, but I think somehow he heard me talking about this last week while we were recording.
Oh, this has become my favorite thing.
today wasn't so bad. I didn't feel like killing him, but I was still pretty pissed off because, well, you'll find out in a second. So he's actually been relatively well behaved all week. He hadn't done anything that was really upsetting or out of the usual. I guess I'm getting used to him being kind of an asshole.
Yeah, everyone else at the store is like, Jesus Christ, just do something with the kid.
And so I was like, I don't have any Ethan moments. Until about, 3 hours ago or so, I went to get a drink of water. And during the 3 seconds between the time my wife yelled down, "I'm going to bed," and it took me to get from the basement to the main floor, which is 2 small flights of stairs. Mm-hmm. He went into the fridge, and we keep baking soda in the fridge just for like, it helps with odors and shit, right? Most people do it. He got a hold of that and poured it all around the water jug.
Oh.
So I came up and I was like, man, I have to come up anyway. I'm really thirsty. And I didn't know he had been in there because he closed the fridge in time.
Oh. So
I opened the fridge and I was like, oh, I'm going to just drink straight from the jug, and got a mouthful of fucking baking soda. I was not happy.
Was not amused.
Surprisingly enough, it's actually just really salty. So it was like having a mouthful of salt water, which isn't the worst thing, but it's still god awful.
Yeah.
And I thought, and that thought crossed my mind, like, you little asshole. And that's all it takes.
So sometimes, like, some of these stories sounds like he puts real planning into what he's going to do. It's how can I screw with Dad today?
It definitely seems like it.
Premeditated little actions.
He was all lovey-dovey and snuggling with me after that. And I was like, yeah, because you know what you did, you little bastard. So, nothing as bad as pouring milk all over my fucking fridge or anything, but still, I got a mouthful of baking soda, so.
That's pretty bad. Now,
sounds salty.
I have to ask. Did you guys take a look at that sandwich?
I did.
Oh, yes, I'm looking at it now.
I want to eat all these sandwiches I'm looking at.
I would eat that except without the whatever lettuce that is.
That's if it's what I think.
It looks like it could be spinach.
I think it's basil.
Because
I think it's like a take on the pizza margarita.
No, yeah. I don't know. I have something against like toasted sandwiches that have lettuce on them. Like, lettuce shouldn't be warm.
It's true.
I agree. Lettuce should not be warm.
Now, spinach, you could probably get away with making warm. Spinach is all right.
No.
The leaf spinaches.
Don't eat spinach, kids. Spinach is bad for you.
Spinach, but you know what I'm saying.
It tastes like shit. Don't eat it.
Is that the first sandwich you ever learned to make, guys? Grilled cheese? Because I feel like as a kid, there's 2 fundamental things you learn to make so that you don't starve when you come home from school. It's always grilled cheese and ramen noodles.
Wow, not even close.
My mom...
Peanut butter and jam.
Oh, yeah, well, that's...
Which, coincidentally enough, my son made his first peanut butter sandwich the other day, all on his own.
Oh, nice.
Did you know about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was doing something, and I heard my wife go, "Oh, what are you doing?" But she wasn't, like, mad about it.
Yeah.
So I was like, this will be good. And I looked in, and yeah, he had the butter knife out, he had a piece of bread out, and he was putting peanut butter on it.
So you gave your son a knife?
No, he got a knife.
Oh.
So question.
The sharp knives he can't get to. It was just a butter knife.
Okay, so he was making his own sandwich, so he's about to get a perfect grade here, but here's the important question. Did he make you one too?
No. I'm not a big fan anymore.
He almost had an A+. I'm gonna stick with the solid B.
If I can get, I'm gonna try. If I can get my wife took a video of it. If I can get the video off her phone, I might try and put that up somehow, or I might cut it in on the YouTube version.
Oh, that's cool. Now,
if I can get it, I don't know if I can, but
now the things I learned how to make when I was younger were pizza rolls, and my mom somehow found them and I loved them. They were kind of like pizza rolls, but they were egg rolls.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's
And
right.
I remember like every day after school, go home, warm me up some of those. And my sister was like, "Why do you eat so many of those?" I was like, I love them.
And you immediately slapped her and said, because they're fucking delicious.
They're easy to make. I can reach the stove.
Stupid.
I called my sister stupid for a lot of reasons. Explaining why I liked food, not one of them. That was usually just a glare.
I remember after school we would go and after carrying your cello home because you convinced me that it was cool, that we'd stop by your house with Johnny, and then you'd make us those little pizza roll things, and we'd watch TV.
Only thing I could make, so I was really proud of it.
It was great, man. Those were
Like,
delicious.
check this out, guys. Chinese food.
You guys are nicer to your friends than I ever was.
Well, my friends, what they would do,
my friends anything. Fuck
they
'em.
would come over to our house right during when we were in high school, because we lived within walking distance of the school. So they would show up and they'd just like go into our pantry and start like taking stuff. They'd start eating the ramen without cooking it and whatever. And my parents were like, "Whatever, I don't care. They're your friends."
Yeah. And I don't know why we thought we didn't have enough time to cook the ramen. It takes 3 minutes.
Yeah, but I mean, that's 3 minutes you could be spent doing something else.
I used to watch Married with Children.
All we would do is
on
go
my lunch
eat.
break.
We'd go eat at his house and leave. That's it.
It was pretty fun. Sometimes we had like Smash Bros. We had like the old N64 hooked up. So we try to play a quick little tournament, but it always resulted in us being late because we'd forget that we're not supposed to be playing video games. We're supposed to actually go back to school. So halfway through, we're like, "Oh crap, we're really late. We should." Have you ever gotten to that point where like we could run back to school and we're still going to be late, so we might as well just walk back because who gives a crap at this point?
No, and here's why.
Oh boy,
it's cute that you had the thought that, oh, we can't finish this. We have to get back to class. Me and my friends, it was like, we're not going to finish this before class starts, right? Uh-huh. No, probably not. Skip, and then we just keep playing.
So
fuck it.
Best thing about my name is I'm named after my dad.
Right.
So
and your grandfather, I assume.
And my grandfather, yes, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
So I would call myself in absent, like, "Oh, this is Walter Bambrook. I'm calling on behalf of Walter Bambrook," and and I would call myself in and be like, "Oh, he's not going to make it to class. He had a doctor's appointment." So it'd be like, yeah. I mean, I didn't do it too often, but
I mean that's handy and shit. But my mom eventually just got to a point because my dad works in construction.
Yeah.
So it was like he never had his cell phone or anything or a contact number for him because it was too hard to get a hold of him.
Yeah.
Because he'd be, in some machinery out in the fucking bumfuck nowhere. So my mom was the one they called all the time, and she just got to a point where she's just like, "Skipped again, didn't you? Yeah. You gonna do it again tomorrow? Maybe. All right. I'll expect a phone call." She just, I don't know. Like I had kind of an attitude in high school. After my sister, like my sister is 2 years older than me. So my first 2 years in high school, like I was like the cool kid because I hung out with the 11s and 12s.
Yeah.
And then after she left, I was just like, fuck school. I'm not doing homework. Fucking bullshit. My first time through grade 11 English, I got a 12% as my final grade because I skipped every day. And it came up because I went to like the first week of class and then we were doing something and then the teacher like assigned homework. And I'm like, that's not homework. That's an assignment. Homework is work that you do in class, didn't have time to finish, so you take home and finish. You just gave me an assignment. I'm not doing that unless you give me a week or two to do it. And then we had this big argument because, whatever.
So basically that 12% was a participation grade?
Yeah, pretty much.
Get a trophy.
Showed up for a week.
Actually, that all came because I went to the exam.
And
I got like 85 on the exam or something, but I never showed up, so. I was just like, looking back now, I was like, that was the stupidest argument to have. Like, I still think I'm right, Because no, just in what she called it, like call a spade a spade. Don't tell me it's homework when you're giving me extra work. That's not homework. That's an assignment.
See, and that might be just a cultural difference, because I mean, we had homework assignments that was stuff. Hey,
That'd be even if she had called it a homework assignment, that's fine. But homework, just the word homework, is work you didn't finish at school, so you take it home.
Huh.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have assignment, don't expect it done tomorrow.
Huh.
So take that, teachers.
This is the new rowdier Dan.
The part where we were talking about how
It's
Dan's
just that-
nothing like other Canadians. This is a really great.
It's just that I'm getting older now, so I'm just like, get off my lawn.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
What's crazy about it is so far in the past couple of weeks, we have discouraged people from going to college, eating spinach,
Yes.
doing homework.
No. I didn't say don't do your homework.
You heard it here. 2016. Don't do your homework. From Dan.
I said I still disagree
Hashtag.
with the teacher
Hash brown.
because of the way she approached it.
I'm just the point.
Don't assign something and then call it homework. Call it a homework assignment.
The point I'm getting at here is, I really hope to God that no kids listening to this going, okay, taking notes on how to be successful. Yeah, no college. Oh, no spinach. And then
Don't do your homework.
Do you think?
I want to be just like them.
Dan's son's gonna walk up to him and be like, "Hey, I heard your old shows. I don't have to do this shit."
Dude, I am not looking forward to him starting school. I'll tell you that right now. I am not looking forward to that day.
Because what's going to happen is he's going to learn every excuse you've ever said or every argument you've ever done. And he's
It's
gonna
not
come
even that. He's more like my daughter hears the same things that he does, but she doesn't repeat them. Like, if she ever copies me and I have sworn in whatever I've said to her, she omits the curse. She doesn't say it. He's not going to be like that. He will repeat verbatim, curse word and all, because, well, you said it. So I'm not looking forward to the day where, you know, he goes to school and the teacher asks him to do something and he just turns around and goes, fuck off.
My dad said.
He does that every now and again now. Like, he can't enunciate, but I've been with him every day for, you know, his whole life so far.
Yeah.
So I know when he's trying to say whatever he's trying to say, and like he'll go, and that's fuck off. It absolutely is, and he's 2. So I'm like, I don't want to send this kid to school.
So my niece, have you guys seen that movie Pixels?
No.
Not yet. But go ahead.
Okay, so there's a part in the movie where Hubert they're explaining something. I don't remember the entire scene. They're explaining something and Hubert goes bullcrap, just calls bullcrap on him. So now my niece runs around yelling bullcrap at people, and it's the greatest thing in the world because I didn't teach it to her, and they look at me like, "What did you do?" And it's like, "Not me, not me."
That is not my fault. Look at Adam Sandler.
Yep, but it's great. I love my little niece going bullcrap, bullcrap.
Look, I'll admit there's a degree of cuteness when a kid swears,
Yeah.
but it's way cuter when it's not your kid. When it's your kid and then you have to take them out in public, you're just like, oh, don't tell the cashier at the grocery store to fuck off. Just don't tell her to fuck off. Please don't tell her to fuck off.
She's trying to buy a toy. Yes. Okay, that'll be $4.97 or whatever. And I'll
fuck
go.
off.
This is a bad example podcast. We're teaching
It
people.
really is.
I'm really considering teaching my son to tell waitresses, "Thanks, toots." Just for this.
Are you going to teach him to say it in like a 1930s gangster type?
If I could,
Thanks, Tets.
that'd be great.
And he wears a little fedora with a toothpick in his mouth.
And here's your children's hot dog. Thanks, toots.
That'd be the only way it'd be acceptable.
Yeah, and man, I'm gonna get myself in trouble when I have a kid.
Yeah, you are.
It's very possible. I just made the correlation
I
right
promised
now.
myself when I had my daughter that I would cut down on swearing before she learned it, and that just never happened.
Well, there's like certain people that it's so natural that they swear. Like you can tell when someone's kind of forcing it and they're just trying to say it so that they can be cool or fit in or whatever. But then there are people that grew up like we have our friend Brandon. He grew up swearing like a sailor since the first day I ever met him, like when we were in elementary school.
Oh, I've got a story about hanging out with Brandon.
And it's like he doesn't even realize he's swearing. He's just like every other word is F this, F that. No, I didn't do that. GD this and F that. You can go F. It's so natural to him that it doesn't even make sense.
Same way.
Yeah. So when I was maybe 8th grade, I think it was 8th grade, Brandon, Chase, and I, we talked to Brandon's dad to taking us up to the Space Museum in Alamogordo, and we were watching something on the planetarium and the IMAX theater they had there. And so we're sitting there, and room gets pitch black because they're going to start this thing about space. And Brandon's dad, but it's a movie about space.
Oh, okay, go on.
Yeah. So all the lights are off. Everyone's quiet. They're getting ready to hear Carl Sagan go, "The universe." And Brandon's dad, as it's zooming past the sun and this scene, just goes, "Oh man, can you boys imagine watching porn on this thing?" And I was just, I had to walk out. There was no way I was going to finish that.
That's awesome.
And that's how Brandon grew up. That's how he was raised. And the whole family's the nicest people you'd ever meet in your life, and they'd do anything for anybody. But they
just swear a lot.
Yeah, they have no filters. Stuff that's acceptable society would say, they avoid.
Yeah. I'm not quite that bad. I swear a lot. But if I'm out in public, like I can filter myself when I need to. But at home, not a chance.
There are times, like when I was dating said girl that kind of screwed. I don't know. Last year was weird, but she didn't like me saying "God damn it," and that's my go-to. I'm frustrated. God damn it.
Right.
And she would just get mad at me about it.
Was it because she was religious?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And there are other stories that aren't podcast friendly that kind of make me, I don't know, it's weird. But so for a while I was like, I'd get mad and people at work noticed it. I'd just be like, "God bless America."
Nice recovery.
And they would like sit there and they'd look at me and they're like, "Are you feeling okay, dude? Because that was a damn it moment." And I was like, "No, I can't say that anymore." And that's the only time I've ever tried to curb what I was saying.
Yeah. I avoid that. I never got into saying, "God damn it." I just say "damn it."
I don't. But
that's partially because at 13 I went, "My religion doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to church anymore."
This religion is not homework. It's an assignment, and I refuse to do
it. Yeah.
Okay,
sorta.
Kids. So, what did you learn from Why Did Ask For?
No, I don't know what it was. It was just that's just when it happened.
That's usually when it happens. Yeah.
It coincided beautifully with puberty and me wanting to sleep in all the time. So it was just easy to say, "No, I don't feel like going. I'm tired. I'm gonna stay in bed." But really, it was just because I didn't agree with what I was hearing. It just didn't make sense to me.
There's that self-realization that happens about that age, about the 14s, 15s, where you're just like, okay, I'm starting to realize now that everything I've been told isn't exactly true. And I don't think it's till you get to about 17, 18, about to graduate, going to college, that you get that feeling
If you tell me that those kids have shit figured out, Pat, so help me God.
No. I'm not saying they do, but they're figuring out, or this is what they're figuring in their head, is, oh, crap, I'm kind of skating by the skin of my teeth here too. I'm trying to figure out stuff. And it looks like my parents are basically doing the same thing. They're kind of playing it as they go too. They don't have it completely figured out. And I think it's that weird, surreal moment of
But realistically, that never goes away.
no, but
Like that feeling never goes away because, I mean, I can remember being 15 and being like, I have no idea how to buy a house.
yep.
And then you go through the process, and now I look back, and we just renegotiated our mortgage, and I still don't know what the fuck happened. It's like
that's what you give them money.
we went to the bank. Like our term it wasn't technically up until July 29th of this year.
Yeah.
But we went in because I had no income, and we were trying to cut bills wherever we could. So we're like, well, let's go see what we can do for the mortgage. Let's see if they can lower our payments until we can renegotiate in 6 months from now.
Right.
Yeah.
And we sat down, and he's like, "Oh no, you're allowed to. We can renegotiate today if you want."
Ooh.
And we're like, okay, so well, let's just throw out some numbers and see what happens. We don't have to commit to anything. Next thing I know, I'm signing a paper on a new fucking agreement.
Wow.
Like it just happened like that. But
Wow, you've had a really good week then.
Better
Yeah.
terms?
oh yeah, well, and because the thing is, so when we bought our house, we didn't know anything about buying a house. We had nothing saved. We had no money for a down payment, nothing for closing costs because we didn't know any of that existed, and nobody was. I mean, we didn't think to ask anybody.
Yeah.
So what happened was when we were talking to the lady at the bank, she was like, okay, well, this is what you make. So this is what you're pre-approved for. This is your price range to look in. And I'm like, yeah, okay, we don't have down payments and shit like that. And she's like, that's fine. We can do what's called a cashback mortgage. I'm like, okay, what does that mean? And she's like, you present us with a letter from anybody, stating that the sum of the down payment is given to you as a gift and is not expected as repayment. And then you give that to us, you give us the money. And then on the day you close, you get all that money back. I'm like, okay, so it's like a weird hold thing, but okay, fine. That's cool. We'll do that. So we go through all the process. We find the house we want. We sit down to fucking sign all the papers. And the guy we're signing the papers with was like, somehow we stumbled over that part of the conversation. And he was like, no, you don't get any of that money back. It's a gift. And I'm like, well, what? Because that's not what that lady said.
Yeah.
So what they had to do was basically the type of mortgages that the bank gives us all the money for the down payment, but we are stuck with like the highest percentage you can get on your mortgage, which is like 5.8, I think.
Ah, yuck.
Yeah, it was way high, and it drove our payments up by like $300 or $400 from where they should have been.
Yeah.
Every 2 weeks, so like $800 a month more, because she couldn't explain the way the fucking mortgage worked in the first place.
Yeah.
So we got screwed on that. We've been stuck with that for 5 years. And the thing is, because they gave us the money, we couldn't pay it. We couldn't break it.
Yeah.
And like even through a broker, like we went to brokers and they're like, nothing I can do for that, because we had to pay back the bank all the money that they gave us. So,
oh, wow.
yeah. So when we went in, like we ended up on it. We only went with 2 years because we're not sure if we're going to sell in the next 2 or 3 years or whatever. But we got down to like 2.4.
Nice.
That's really good.
Yeah, it dropped our payments. I think we saved like $500-$600 a month.
That's really good.
It was very significant.
One
Next
thing
on the Why Did
learned-
Ask For Financial podcast, we're going to be having Tip explain reverse mortgage rates. Tip, please.
Now, I don't understand reverse mortgages. Don't get them.
They're horrible.
Neither.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
I love that we can have this conversation without the kids here.
Now, when I bought my car, one thing I learned when I bought my car, well, I learned a couple of things. First thing is, I'm never going to buy a brand new car again.
Attaboy.
Because, I'm already underwater on it. It's ridiculous.
What do you mean?
Because it drops like so much of a percentage.
Yeah, the
I think
value-
like 60% after you drive it off the parking lot.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's say that you're underwater on your car and you're trying to sell it so that you can break even. Well, you're already 60%.
Oh, you're
out.
not gonna.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So you might as well just buy a used car that if you can't afford the payments, you could sell it back for pretty much what you bought it for.
Yeah.
Mm,
And then
yes and no, but yeah.
then they were like, hey, you qualify for this program, and this program. It's like, oh, cool. Throw that all in. And the only one that really I like, because there were some that were stupid. Like if I die, my mom gets my car and it's all paid off. Sounds good, right? Mom gets a car paid off, doesn't have to worry about the payment. Her son's dead. That kind of sucks. But what I realized after is I'm not going to die of like heart failure or something before this car is paid off. I'm probably going to die in the car because I've run it into something or something's run into me. So them giving my mom this paid off hunk of junk that her son just died in, it's probably not a good thing. Why am I paying extra for that?
Well, then, I mean, if it's a new car, oh my God, you want to get into finances here? Here we go. Because if it's a new car, chances are you're going to have comp and collision on it, which will restore the car, give that to your mom so she'll be able to be solvent.
That's all you need?
Well, because if you're buying a brand new car,
it's not
most banks require you to get the comp and collision. So if you total your car,
I'm saying is that all? Because I got mine brand new. And like I had to have like the most fucking insurance you can get.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah,
like fire, theft, fucking earthquake.
I have to be
I live
able.
in fucking Canada. We don't have earthquakes.
Yeah, and you want to know the worst part about all this, Dan?
What?
Pat's my insurance agent.
No, I mean, come on, look, but this it's what I do all day long, and whether I like it or not, it's one of the things me and my brother are good at. That's
not what you do all day long, because you send me text messages of the pictures you create at work.
Because
that's true.
Let me put it this way: the stuff that we do is so second nature by now because we've been doing it for so long that it's like my time frees up very quickly. So someone will come to me with an issue at work, and I'll be like, oh, "Okay, it's just this, and this." I'm like, "Okay, let me see what else I can do." And since I'm in marketing, I have all this cool, illustration equipment, and I can't let that go to waste.
Yeah, not for the company.
Well, I mean, during my lunch break and when I have downtime, that's when I work on it. Don't make me sound like a slacker. That's the problem.
So at work, my February, the second day of February, I was giving my friend a hard time over Christmas because she kept telling me how she wanted to be in the private sector. And I was like, no, you don't. Stay in education. You're safe there.
They want results.
Well, in the private sector, I was using the example. It's like if I spill my coffee and Dean's in the room, I could say, fuck you, Dean, you're fired for spilling my coffee, even though I clearly am the one that spilled it. Because Texas is a at will work state. And so I was using that example, not because I wanted Dean to go anywhere. I like Dean. So yesterday, I'm getting ready to talk to my boss. And Dean walks in and he goes, hey, can I speak to so-and-so alone? I was like, oh, yeah, no problem. And I get out. And I'm sitting there, I was like, what's going on with Dean? Did he get in trouble? Fucker quit.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, well, that sucks. At least I get him for 2 more weeks. No, we don't get him for 2 more weeks because he got recalled. He had to show up at his former place of business tomorrow on Wednesday.
Wow.
Because of union rules. Some weird shit's going on. It doesn't make sense to me. So he couldn't give us 2 weeks. He gave a day's notice.
That really sucks.
Yeah, so we're there. We're trying to get everything all worked out so that it doesn't hurt as much.
Mm-hmm.
And wouldn't you know, like everything that was supposed to come in today that was rushed for today, none of it came in. It was all delayed. Blizzards in Denver and all sorts of stuff. So all my junk is spread across the U.S. I don't know where it is. So I'm probably going to get fired.
Well, I don't think that's your fault.
Spilling coffee wasn't Dean's fault.
I like how Tip phrases this. It's like, well, I have nothing against the guy. I really like him, but I'm so mad with power. I can't help but just fire him anyway.
I like how that
it's
whole
just enough knowing I could do it.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, I never would.
Well, you know what? With all the high-priced jobs out there in the world and all the high-priced expenses you have, Dan, aren't you like super happy that the White It Ask for coffee mugs are so cheap and inexpensive?
I wouldn't use the term cheap.
Oh, I correct myself.
I would say
Inexpensive.
affordable.
Ah, yes. Matter of fact, I'm currently
how the
drinking
end
from
of
my
a-
15-ounce mug right now. Delicious coffee.
I like how towards the hour mark of the Why Did Ask For podcast, it becomes the Why Did Ask For infomercial.
It's something that we have to start working on in the event that we ever end up getting sponsors.
Yes.
So right now we have a store that we can plug.
Did you know that
our
if
We can
store.
say that we're sponsored by our store.
Yeah.
There
Which
you
is
go.
great. And everyone
which
should
is
go there.
society6.com/why did ask for. That's society, the number 6.com/why did ask for.
You might say we have wonderful things in store for you.
From
Or
what
you
I
might not.
understand, we have some new merchandise that will be coming out soon once the designs are done.
Oh yeah, we always got brand new things coming out. We have our wonderful graphic artist, Mr. Jesse, who is wonderful and is able to make us wonderful logos and things, but is gotten really overworked. So we're gonna have to like tie him down and say, Jesse, you can't leave this room until you finish our next logo design.
It's true.
Yep.
I tried today. I know Jesse uses like Illustrator and shit like that, but I don't understand Illustrator, so I opened up Photoshop and I was going to try and make a design for the Earth as a circle. It took me a half an hour
It's just a
to
circle,
figure
though.
out just to figure out that there's a button that you can click that makes circles.
I love being this age because this all makes sense to me because stuff like
And
that
then
happens to me.
and then I fucked around with it for like another 20 minutes, like trying to draw the continents and shit and coloring it in, and it looked like my fucking 2-year-old drew it.
That would be perfect. That's the shirt right there.
So your
Now-
kid probably listening to you right now saying, "Don't you insult me? I could draw a circle just fine."
He's like, I could draw the shit out of it.
I would just get my Why Did Ask For coffee mug and make a perfect circle on the outside of it.
True.
But the
I mean,
problem
I could
was
do better if I had fucking pen and paper.
Yeah.
I'm-
But the
I'm talking
problem
about
was
using-
you were using Photoshop instead of Illustrator.
I guess.
I don't know. I'm making shit up.
I don't know. I tried making a design for the camping shirt. I don't have a tent, but I don't own a tent, but I like to hike. I tried to make a design for that in Illustrator, and I don't know what happened. I sent the save file to Jesse, and I don't know. I didn't save it right, and it was horrible.
Well, the
It's
good
just
thing
a bad
about
experience.
The good thing is maybe people should buy our I don't own a tent, but like hiking throw blankets.
Ah.
Ah.
Uh-huh. I
But
can
I
definitely say that we for sure we have a new design for Recess. They have a new logo.
Oh yeah.
So at some point, whenever one of us figures out how to actually upload it to the site, in the event that Jesse never comes back, we'll have that going up for sure. As for other designs, I don't know what we have going right now, but we have a few ideas for some more.
Yeah, we do have ideas, and just we want to keep it going.
Right.
The thing is right
So
now
there's
is
something-
that, go ahead. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say that the thing is with Jesse is that he has all these designs, but there's a special way you're supposed to submit it to the store. So that way when it prints, it comes out all nice and pretty. But have you ever gotten a shirt and it's like faded or it looks like it's pixelated kind of?
Mm-hmm.
And so to avoid that, Jesse exports the file in such a way that it's perfect and it looks amazing and crystal clear. And that's why usually we rely on him to do those things. But like we said, as he got a little bit busier, he's now going to have to like teach us how to do that so we can keep up a little bit.
Maybe you guys would like to buy Bag Corporation of Canada canvas prints?
The Bag Corporation of Canada would like to thank you for your promotion.
Don't mix your water and your baking soda.
Oh man.
Don't put baking soda in your water. Drink milk from bags. Bag Corporation of
And
Canada.
watch out for the fluoride. Yes.
Mind the fluoride.
Oh man, that's awesome.
But
when
yeah.
you mention the Bag Corporation of Canada, you have to talk like that.
Oh, I didn't know the rules.
It's just that's how Jesse talks, and he's the one that came up with it. So
Jesse talks like a 1940s radio host.
when he talks about the Bag Corporation of Canada,
Oh, okay.
yes, and it's a great day for Canada, and therefore the world.
It's a great day for Canada.
That's from South Park, actually, but
It's been a great.
I still like it.
It's been a great week for Canada, over in Dan's general vicinity.
Has it?
Oh yeah. I mean, got a new job.
Oh,
and-
in my life, yeah, absolutely.
lowered the
In my house.
mortgage rate.
Fucking-
I mean, it's been a pretty good day. The only
Dan-
equalizer
Dan-
was the salt water.
I pay less than $1,000 a month for my house now,
Oh, nice.
which is a fucking huge deal because it was well over that.
That's amazing because I'm renting and I pay almost $1,000.
I don't know why you live
Do
there.
you pay for utilities as well?
Yes, I do.
I don't know why you live there. What are you doing there? You should go. Tip, come on, man.
Well,
You
there's a bar around the corner called Woody's Tavern.
it's in walking distance, isn't it?
Yes.
Tip,
Like
no.
when I say around the corner, I can go to the bar, go buy groceries, and go home and not ever get in my car.
That's awesome.
At least you're
Yeah.
being safe. That's what matters.
So I want to throw out something. I want to steal something from Recess, actually.
Okay.
It's I just listened to episode 7. It came out on Sunday, and they're now asking their listeners to submit questions for the next podcast in the comments of this podcast or of the current podcast, and I like it. It's a way to engage our audience that I would never have thought of. So if you're listening now and you have questions for myself, Pat, or Tip, leave them in the comments below. If you're listening to this on iTunes or on the blog, head over to our YouTube page, leave a comment.
And
We will answer your questions to the best of our ability, as long as they're not, exceptionally personal or anything like that.
has anyone asked them a question on their?
Yeah, we have. What do we have? We have like 22 subscribers. 2 of them we don't know who they are because they're unlisted. But there's most of them are people that we know from the Blubberhood and stuff. But there's actually a few that aren't, and we appreciate them.
Okay,
Yes.
so
So
we're
we're starting to reach an outer base. And actually, a cool stat that I found out the other day was looking at the YouTube analytics. We have had views on our videos from 54 different countries.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
That was really cool.
Was one of them Canada?
Well, of course.
Okay, so the only comment that's asking questions is Shua saying, "Ask your questions."
you're not looking at all of them. There's several.
No,
of them.
because so he put up episode 7. Now he throws a comment down to say, "Hey, ask your questions here." Any questions that are put on the video of episode 7, he will answer on episode 8.
I'm gonna ask him the question.
I think they've already recorded episode 8 though, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, very nice.
Because I saw it on the Zencaster list.
And I believe by the time that you're listening to this podcast, Recess episode 7 should already be out.
Yes, it came out on Sunday.
And a quick
Yep.
reminder that it's also now on iTunes, where you'll also find us.
I need a
If
question,
you're
guys.
listening to this on YouTube.
What should I ask them?
Why did I ask for?
You ask them
And
whatever
how?
you want to ask them. I'll leave that to you. I mean, they're pretty good with answering all of them. Even like there was questions from, if you listen to Recess, the most recent one, chapter 7 or episode 7, like they're answering questions or asking questions. I mean, that were meant for people who weren't even on the podcast.
Oh, awesome.
So like they asked a question to Trevor. Trevor wasn't even there.
Well, I've posted and asked my question.
Oh, no.
But this might be fun, actually.
we should start.
We could start asking each other questions. I think that'd be more fun for us though, because I think after maybe the second or third time they go, "Oh, just stop asking us questions."
Yeah,
In reference to us, anyway.
That's true. I would like to change my YouTube name.
Oh, no.
I don't think you can.
Already figured
Actually,
it out.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, All right. Well, you'll have to show me that at some other point. So, do we have anything else?
I think we're good. I mean, I think we're having a very productive week. We got a lot of new Let's Plays coming out this week that I'm looking forward to. Particularly looking forward to more from. Are you going to do any more in Division?
No.
Nope.
The beta closed earlier today. Actually, it was extended till noon today.
Okay. Well, if you guys haven't seen that or watched that, make sure you go and check on the videos and find the Division.
It was actually. Let me address that. Just let me address that. Yes, you should actually absolutely go watch it. There's 3 videos. The first video is only like 16 minutes because I played it after recording a bunch of other shit, and it was pretty late at night, and it just happened to finish downloading. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to record this real quick just to kind of see what's up. Yeah. And I played like 15 minutes, and then I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to bed. So I ended the recording. The next recording is almost an hour.
Ooh. It's
like 53 minutes or something. But because I'd never really heard of the game before or what it was about, the start of episode 3 pretty much ends the beta. Like they only put in 1 story mission, and I didn't know that. Had I known that, I would have cut that down to much smaller episodes so we could have more episodes.
Yeah.
But I didn't. So I recorded for like an hour, and I was like, okay, before I go in here to cash this this quest in, I'm going to end it here. We'll come back, we'll finish the quest, and we'll keep going with more questing. And then when I started recording episode 3, I turned in the quest, and they were like, well, that's it for the beta. You can keep going around and looking at the events and shit, but that's it. No more story. So I was like, fuck. So I just kind of wandered around. I checked out they call it the Dark Zone, which is a multiplayer area. But yeah, I just wanted to explain, like, because it looks really weird because it's like a 16-minute video, a 53-minute video, and then a 35 or something minute video. Yeah. So like the timing is really weird. Had I known that it was like 1 mission and I could have blown through it, I would have done it differently, but that's why they are how they are. Regardless, great series, watch it.
Well, good job, Dan. I'm glad you got that out there.
Are you announcing anything else?
I would like to say, just real quick tip, that there may be a new series coming out from Tip and I. Just another Let's Play series that I'm hoping that we can ongo for quite a little bit. And
quite a little bit. Huh?
Quite a little bit. I rephrase words to make them more original. Everybody uses these original phrases. I make my own. So be on the lookout for that. I think you guys will greatly enjoy it, and it should hopefully start next Monday.
Okay, I lied. I didn't figure out how to change all the stuff on YouTube.
Lastly, if you're looking for Fallout, at the time of listening to this, we revamped our production schedule. So I won't my Dan Plays series won't be out until Saturdays now. So I know last week I uploaded it on Tuesday or Wednesday. So you're gonna have to wait a few extra days, but it will be out on Saturday. And I've got another episode recorded for that. I'm gonna have to record some more, but Fallout should be fun. I can't wait for some DLC.
I think it's great.
Because then I can go back to my main character and wreck shop. Because I'm only using this first character just to get the one ending that I haven't seen yet. And then fuck her, I'm going back to my other character because he has a jetpack and I need to know how to use it.
It's always a jetpack. It always comes back to the jetpack. I like it.
So I think that's the last of it. We've gone over the store. We've gone over the question thing. So again, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section on YouTube. If you're not listening to this on YouTube, take 5 minutes of your day, go to YouTube, leave a question. We will answer it on the next episode.
And if you guys can figure out how to change your names on YouTube, please let me know.
Did you just say you figured it out?
Yeah, I told you I preemptively said that. I was wrong.
He was hoping it's possible, but I think it's a much bigger deal than that.
Yeah.
It's all good.
All right. Well,
Sergey, call your friend Tip. You have my number because you have all my info.
There you go.
Fucking Google.
So thanks everyone for joining us. Remember to tune in on Sunday for the new episode of Recess, Chapter 8. I believe, and I think I'm allowed to say it, I'm pretty sure it's the Oscar special.
Oh, very nice.
So they've done something specific for the Oscars. So look for that on Sunday and join us again next Thursday for another episode of your favorite podcast, the Why Did Ask For podcast. So hopefully we made you ask, why did Ask For?
Why did and how?
See you next week.